He don't get high, but baby, if you want, he'll go down low. Doing a podcast on a random Thursday night. Girl, this blow, he's gonna make you feel alright. I know the manager, he knows what's going down. He'll make you laugh, but he damn sure is not a clown. I know the manager, and this man, he's got clout. He's gonna make you scream, you know he'll make you shout. He's gonna make you scream, he'll know he'll make you shout. I know the manager, yeah.
What up? It's another episode with I Know the Manager. Yep, episode 20. Yep, that I said it. Yep, 20. Hashtag made it. Hashtag getting it, son. Hashtag not fucking bitches, but making money. Yeah, what you know about that? Because I know all about that. Oh, I didn't see that one coming. That was a T.I. reference. If anybody listens to T.I. ever. Older song, whatever. Anyways, so this is going to be a great episode. We're gonna have Daniel Coley, and we're gonna have Joel Elliott. Yep. So I'm very interested in getting right into this. But first, I want to send a special thank you to everybody that's followed me on Twitter and Facebook and subscribed to my channel, subscribed to me on iTunes, Stitcher, whatever. Another thing is you can find all that, just I Know the Manager, one word, or you can go to www.addictedpodcast. That's Addicted Podcast, but addicted is not spelled like addicted to alcohol or addicted to playing pool too much, addicted to buying clothes. It's not spelled like that. So you're going to have to, rewind this and listen to it again if you didn't catch that. Also, if you're in the Huntsville area and you like beef jerky, or you're in the Madison area, Athens area, really if you're just in North Alabama, technically you need to stop by this place because I said beef jerky outlet. It's in Madison. It is an awesome place. It's got so much beef jerky in it. It's 107 Brook Ridge Drive in Madison, Alabama, 36768. And you can go to their website at www.bamajerky.com. They have a lot of good stuff. I bought, literally, it was, I think, a 1.5 piece of beef jerky. It was really, wide, too. It was fucking delicious. So, if anybody wants to try that, there you go. You got all the info. So, yeah, I'm ready to get right into this episode. I know you are too. It's episode 20, so let's just stop wasting time. Let me shut my mouth. Hey, what up? Now I'm going to keep talking for a minute. We got a lot of stuff going on in my life, but a lot of stuff in your life as well. You should tweet me some topics that you want to talk about, and I will find guests to talk about. Also, fingers crossed, it's really hard to do. Fingers fucking crossed, everybody. But I think I might. If I don't do it, don't be mad at me. But I think I might have a whole women lineup for November. It's like women, I Know the Manager Women Month in November. Maybe. Fingers crossed. It's really hard to do around here. I wish I could. You just were here. You're like, oh gosh, no women want to be on podcasts. It's like the fucking vampire and the cross. They're like, so there's nothing I can do if it doesn't happen. Also, I mean, I got a good lineup going. So let's keep this going. I appreciate all you listening to me. I really do. Just taking out an hour or more of your day, or even 30 minutes if you're breaking it down, 25 minutes a day. I don't know what you're doing, but thank you for listening to me. Let's see what else. That's it. I'm just gonna quit rambling. I'm pregnant, so yeah, I said it. I'm pregnant. Are you? What? Trying to get them women listeners in here. I'm pregnant. What? Okay. Here is Daniel Coley and Joel Elliott right now. Okay. So we got Joel Elliott to my right. And,
Sir.
Yeah, and then we got Daniel Coley on my left.
Howdy.
Yeah. Congratulations, first of all.
For you being here?
No, on being pregnant. That's terrific.
Yeah.
This isn't one of those Oprah things though, like where you're like a post-op something or other, or like a pre-op something or other, and just happened to be, because that was cheap. That was cheap. When I found out a man was pregnant and that man had a vagina, I was so upset.
No, I'm just pregnant. No.
Okay. All right.
No, Oprah.
Okay. Well then, yeah. Congratulations and good luck. This is going to be an amazing PR campaign. Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. I'm pregnant, and I'm letting all the fans know. I think that's how I'm gonna keep girls in my life now. I'm going to be like, instead of them doing it to me, I'm gonna wait 2 weeks and be like, I'm pregnant.
Yeah, by the way, we're gonna have a kid.
Yeah.
That's nice. You just get them roped in, and then, because they're invested at that point.
Yeah.
I like it.
So that's what I'm doing with that.
It's a good plan, you think? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they don't, then chloroform usually works.
Yeah, chloroform's like that's a good go-to because there's some certainty there, but I don't know. We might have to examine some ethics.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's fine. We can.
Well, that's for another podcast. That's NPR. Yeah.
Oh, you're not pregnant. Chloroform. So, how's your y'all's day been, or week? Because it's been it's It's been a week.
How was your week?
My week's been good.
Yeah.
I accidentally hosted an open mic this week.
I heard.
It's one of those weird things that happens. Is sometimes you trip over. Yeah, you just trip over a hosting job.
Take it over.
It happened once in Gettysburg. I was working like in advertising sales and such, and one of my clients had like a husband that was having a 60th birthday, and she was like, "Hey, you did entertainment things, right? Why don't you host this Friars Club roast?" And it was like 87 socialites in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and it was a hoot. Like I played Dean Martin the whole night. It was kind of a blur, you know. But the difference there and how things went at Coppertopia was that I didn't drink at the Friars Club roast thing, you know. And the Coppertop one, there was a little bit of alcohol, so it went well. It went well up to a point.
Yeah.
and then I'm not so sure. Like it went. I don't know. I think I started calling out names that weren't even comedians, you know. I was just like, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bruce. And, you know, we don't have a Bruce.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I don't think we have any comics that names start with B, do we?
No. I picked a whole category, an alphabetic category we don't even have. I don't know.
Give it up for Zebra.
There was a little bit of drinking, and then I bounced out of the Coppertop. Somebody gave me a ride. A good man hosts the Monday open mic at Maggie Myers, Matthew C. Tate.
Yeah.
Matthew Tate. He took me over to a poetry thing after the Coppertop, and at the Coppertop set, he did his Tiffany Tickles bit, and I've been real open with the guy that like that one just plagues my life. That every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, it's happening again. No, he's doing Tiffany Tickles to me. I know I'm not the only guy there. You know, he's doing Tiffany Tickles, and that's the thing. It's fine, you know. But it's become a personal thing now, and he did it to me twice in one day because we bounced over to the poetry thing, and he managed to get Tiffany in there. Well, and I had drank way too much, and it was he was doing it on purpose. He was like, I'm gonna get him.
Gotcha,
bitch. And he got twice in one day. How do you do that? But yeah, so that was a surreal day. That was the highlight of my week. Like a lot of things happened this week, but that one was like, oh man, I don't know. I think I hosted well from what I remember.
Yeah, I heard you did well, man. I heard it was a good show, man. There's a lot. Is it usually that big, or is it just... Because I've heard a lot
It was even less than it was... recently, it hit a crescendo. We, topped 30 people in one open mic. That's crazy. Yeah.
3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
I was at Coppertopia from the beginning, so I remember when there were 7-8 people, and that was a good night.
Oh,
Right.
fuck.
Yeah, like
that
so-
was 2 years ago, and now we're having 30 people, which is
That's
just
got to be awesome
ridiculous.
to watch, right?
It's
amazing
great
thing.
and annoying. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous amount of people.
There's a
Yeah.
middle zone where it's decent, and I think we were somewhere around that middle zone this past Wednesday. But yeah, I've seen the fluctuations like 6 months ago, and it was at a lull. It was at a lull, so everybody had big long sets, 10-minute sets and whatnot. Yeah. But that time thing, like squeezing and expanding, helped in my case because everybody was used to 5-minute sets at the Copper Top.
Yeah.
And only so many people were signed up, so I went with like 8. And, and most people, once they got to about like 6.5, 7, they were like, well, I don't know. I was expecting 5, and so I don't have enough jokes. And so like people were wrapping up. I didn't end up like queuing a lot because like, people were wrapping up pretty timely.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, we'll just let you come to fruition on this. I'll grab the mic. But yeah, so that was nice. That was
I gotta
nice.
get out there. I've never been there. I just gone to Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just now starting to step out of there because that's where I start. Yeah, I would just hang out there and listen, and finally now I'm out and now I do the bootleg thing. That's
bootleg, which is Amendment 21.
Yeah.
Luke Scott hosting open mic.
I'll probably be there this Thursday. I've been meaning to go. It's just
8
I
p.m.
typically work Thursday.
Yeah.
That one started out with like a real big boom,
Fuck,
and then we had one of those split crowd nights because the
Yeah.
comedy scene's grown to a point where we'll have like 2 things happening
Yeah.
on one night. But it's like it seemed like it wasn't going to be well attended, but it was.
It was.
It turned out it was this week, so that's a good thing. It's gaining momentum, and we're going to keep it on that track. you know?
Yeah.
But we've got 4 nights a week now, which is terrific.
That's good.
Yeah.
I keep talking about open mics on here because I don't think a lot of people know.
Right.
You can just, that's how you get into comedy. Like,
It's the karaoke of comedy is the open mic, and look, it's good for getting bits worked out and getting that comfort level established, and it's perfect. Getting just experience delivering on stage, it's a fun thing. It's a fun thing. But yeah, everybody should come out to these open mics. But so we've got Maggie Myers Mondays, 8 p.m. At Maggie Myers Irish Pub. That's Henderson and University.
Right by the off-campus bookstore there.
Yep.
Being from out of town, I used to use the V Mart as like a landmark. Nobody knows what that is, but I think it's been closed down for years. I have no idea. It had the biggest sign in that area, and so I would always say to people like, by the V Mart. They're like, what the hell's the V Mart? It was a weird thing. And for the longest time, but University and Henderson on 72, Maggie Myers, they're kind of off the road, and they're a great bar, and you should go there for open mics at 8. Partners at 5 Points at 7:30. They're starting. They start at 7:30 now. And they're a good crowd. They're receptive. And that one's relatively new, so building.
Stephen Claybrooks hosts that one.
Stephen Claybrooks. He's a wonderful person.
Yeah, he is. Funny guy.
He's a lot of good. I make him give me hugs. I don't think he's a huggy guy, but I hug him anyway. I go in for the hug every time, and he gets that look on his face like, okay, I'll hug you, but come on.
And then he goes, white people.
Yeah. Oh, Stephen.
I'm a big hugger, man. I just I hug now. I'm just starting to work people in the comedy scene. I'm just like, I love you, hug.
There's a lot of hugs in the comedy scene because we're also needy.
I've discovered that even I'm a bit. Like there's several different types of drunks. There's the angry drunk, whatever. I tend to be the huggy drunk.
Nice. Very nice.
Like I'm not an affectionate person. I'm like very stoic and everything. But a few drinks in me, and I'll be like, fuck here.
You guys, come
well, no,
here.
it's not that I don't initiate the hug, but if someone wants one, I'll be like, well,
okay. They're like, all right, we're giving them out tonight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Basically, my hug quota increases exponentially when I have a few drinks.
Very nice. They say like 4 a day and you're a healthier person. I don't know.
Yeah. Group hugs.
I think that depends on who you hug and whether they want to hug you. Because if you're just hugging people and they're not like down for that, I don't think that's going to improve your health at all.
I kind of feel it out right before. I usually do it in the buys. Like I'm like, I do this, and then they're like, okay, sure.
Usually you can get strangers. Like very rarely is somebody like, no.
Yeah. No fucking
no,
hugs.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Yeah, like you make enough of a connection, you can just kind of go in for it.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
And it's so personal though. It's so
It is.
intimate that like it's like really, like wow, you're gonna yeah, it's something. I don't know.
If I'm really comfortable with them, if I've known them a while, I like do the joke where I'm like, I'll hug them and like it's face to face, like hug, and I'm like I thrust towards them, like we just touch tips.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, and I'm like,
This was pre-docking.
Yeah.
You just pre-docked. Like it was that close. Yeah.
but I have to know them. Like I could just do it to like I wouldn't do it to you because I don't know you that well, but I would do it to like my
there
close
definitely has to be a level of comfort
Yeah.
first before that joke could be made.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't just hug a stranger and then whisper like, "I've been waiting for this moment for so long." That'll take it to a place.
Yeah.
Take it to a very dark place. See, this city is not big enough for those kind of shenanigans. Like
No.
when you live in a bigger city where like people are mostly anonymous, like you run into people, but you're probably not going to run into this person again.
Yeah.
You can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In Huntsville, it's like I'm going to see this person in like 6 weeks at the Walmart.
Yeah, yeah.
So. Yeah.
Definitely at the bars.
Yeah, and definitely at the bar. Oh my goodness, because the social scene is like just like a very small slice of the pie of the people, and there's only so many. The gene pool is very shallow, shallow in the Huntsville social scene.
After like a year, it gets really in like not incestuous, but incestuous in a way because everybody's like friends.
Incestuous. This is Alabama.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is.
I've slept with you. I want to sleep with her too.
Yeah. What a tangled web we weave when first we start humping.
Yeah.
Everybody in the social scene. It's a thing. It is a thing. I try to not look at the charts, but they're there. It's very obvious. We all know. That's Well, and you can't. It creates complications. It does. It really does.
Everybody in the comedy scene's listening like this, like, oh fuck.
Oh, where is it? Oh, it's taking a left turn. Are there any turns that aren't left in this? Oh my. Yeah. So I had an anxiety attack on the way in. Because we're recording this in like 500 feet from where I lived when I had a life before things took a turn. For the setup is that going through a divorce and whatnot. She took everything. And the car that she took, that is, we had two cars, but she took my car, and my car's parked like right over there. Like I could look out the window and yell at my car right now. I've been walking so much, I walked through a pair of shoes. That's not a joke. It's just a thing. There's holes in my shoe. I'm gonna replace them next week. We're close. But yeah, and then it's like, oh man, if I could just start that thing up, life would be so much less complicated. But yeah, that took me to a place.
You just like have to stop and like curl up in a ball.
Yeah. I cried on the stairwell for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then no, I was like,
we're
generally fine. Yeah, no, I've got coffee. That's what coffee is for. Coffee and cigarettes. You can process anything. Wow, I don't know. So I brought that frenetic energy of oh man, that's right. Yeah, everything just fell apart just recently, and that's evidence of it right over there. Oh yeah.
We gotta pause and fucking move the podcast now to a different building.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take a field trip. Yeah, can we do this at the Target?
Yeah.
The Target.
Because at least then I don't see my old apartment complex. Oh, I don't know. It's something.
He's gonna do instead of a piss break, I gotta look out the blind break.
Right, yeah. Like, is there any way I could get that car? I got a little preoccupied. Sorry, guys. Oh man, yeah.
But it's yours, though. I mean, technically,
it is mine. It's my car. It's been my car. But that's It's
move on.
Oh, it's a whole thing. Yeah, we're still not divorced. You know, like somebody's got to file. I think I'm looking to, but I don't care what I get out of it. I just want to move forward out of that craziness. Somebody should have told me she was schizophrenic. I can't believe. How do you hold that information back? I thought these people were my friends. These were my friends and family, and nobody was like, oh, by the way, just before she met you, she got diagnosed with schizophrenia. Oh, yeah, life is complicated. I'm sorry, we're going on tangents.
No, that's fine. No, that's fucking fine.
So there are 4 open mics a week. We covered 2 of the open mics. The third open mic is the Coppertopia, Copper Top. It's the longest running.
That
Daniel,
is. What is it? 4? Is it 4 years?
Yeah.
No, it was August of 2012.
Right?
Okay,
Right?
2 years.
So,
Okay.
2 years.
Yeah. It's been.
Really,
it's
there's
been
only
going
really
strong.
been a comedy scene in Huntsville for about 3 years now.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know, like I might be.
Well, this is the contemporary comedy scene. There used
Yeah.
to be. Like there was like a comedy club, wasn't there? Like
Was
way
there?
back in the day.
Back in the 80s, yeah.
Back
Oh,
in the
okay.
day, exactly.
And I believe
yeah.
it was called the Comedy Club.
Right.
Really?
Neat. Okay. Good. Why not call it what it
Yeah.
is?
Because a city full of engineers, exactly.
Incest comedy. Just call it what it is. That's fun. But well, that lends to my theory that the homeless community now is the comedy community of the '80s, and that we in the comedy scene now are the homeless community of the 2030s of Huntsville, Alabama. All right. That's exciting stuff. But yeah, Copper Top, 8 o'clock Wednesdays.
Yeah.
The open mic there. People
That
should
has
come
to go
out.
to like 2 in the morning, right? With 30
Yeah,
comedians.
generally it's been with like when they cut the sets down and they keep it moving fast. It'll go after midnight sometimes when tons and tons of people show up.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no, it's been wrapping up.
Yeah.
You know, like not quite till like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
As you would expect. Yeah. Well, and then the fourth amendment, of course, Luke Scott. We did mention, but 8 o'clock at Amendment 21 downtown. Luke Scott hosting bootleg comedy. That's the 4th open mic.
Yeah, I feel like I have to dress up to go in there. Like really, like he would
Dress up like me.
Yeah, he would totally fit in.
Although I want you to know I'm not the best dressed comedian today because I actually have paper clips holding the inseam of
Very
my...
nice.
Oh,
Because the
I thought we were just saving them for later.
the hem has fallen out. And so
right.
I need to
Paperclip's a good solution.
paper clips.
Yeah.
But the awesome thing about, podcasts and stuff is you wouldn't know if I was wearing a 3-piece suit or not.
Or
I could-
naked.
Exactly.
Or naked. I could, yes.
Yeah, like the only way they'll know is if you explain to them that there are paperclips holding up your head.
Yes.
Which we've done now, so theater of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are now with a. I'm very I was very like down casual like this. Visited Amendment last night
Yeah.
to see what they were up to, and it's a chill place,
Yeah.
but it's so swanky looking that yes, you feel like you should walk in a tuxedo or something like that. Yeah, when the bartender is dressed much better than
Yes.
me, I feel like, should I even be in here? I'm gonna do comedy, so I think it's okay. Yeah, and like last night, I wasn't doing comedy. I was just like there for the dance scene or whatever it is, and so I felt kind of like, oh no, like it's swanky. Those booths
dude,
are so plush.
dude, you
Very
can have
nice.
a comedy show kind of in there, like a show
Totally.
once a month. It was
Totally. Maybe it's in the cards. People support the open mic. Maybe if because we're getting patrons there, which is great.
Yeah.
It's good to have an audience.
Yeah, there was a decent audience, dude. It's a different audience so far every time. Like you got your comedians, but then so far it's been like an audience.
We're getting people wandering in.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I think they hear us like because there's a DJ right below, and I think they hear us and they're like, "What's going on up
What is
here?"
that? Yeah.
And they just stay. They're like, "Oh, free,
So
awesome."
we got to start being louder. We got to start talking through the floor. Like, guys, down there, there's a comedy show up
You
here.
should mention, you mentioned the word free. All the open mics are completely free to go.
Yeah, which is a good thing, and they're free for the comedians too. You can go up and you can do a set, and you don't have to invest. Except for getting hilariously drunk. Because that also supports. That's because we're there to bring business to the bar. But there are bigger scenes where like you'll have to pay for stage time. At
Really?
mics.
I did not know this.
Totally, it's a thing. It's a thing because there's so many people competing for only so many slots. The club owners start making money.
They can make money to
selling stage time.
Smart.
So like that's something that like people don't necessarily realize.
I did not realize that. So we have it made here.
Right. We got 4 nights a week where you can just go up for free.
Damn.
Yeah. And 4 nights a week where people can just show up and see it for free. Yeah. Which is it's a beautiful thing. There's tons of book shows in town. I've
heard of these names.
Unfortunately, I don't keep track of them all until I'm booked on it. Are
you booked on one?
No, I was.
Oh, okay.
I'm a baller when it comes to the comedy scene. I have made $23 in my professional comedy career.
$5.
So, yeah, I mean,
$5.
Yeah, no, it's we're hitting the big time, but there's just life is so there's so much going on in life, and mine was so chaotic that it's like there's a lot of things to think about. I don't know unless I'm attending one of these because like a friend is there or something like that. I have trouble keeping track. But hsvcomedy.com is where people should go. hsvcomedy.com. You'll get all the book shows, the rundown when they're playing. Yeah. But you were saying...
I was just saying I've made more money than both you fuckers combined.
Totally.
We got a total of $28.
Blew us out of the water. Now, if we expand that to the rest of my entertainment career, I made very little in radio. But
he made $10.
But that gig, that Friars Club roast kind of thing, because of the segment of the of society that it was playing too, I made $1,000 that night.
What the?
Goofing around for like 3 hours. There was a lot of formatting. It was because like a roast is a whole different animal, and there's a lot of written material. So it's like I put work into it. Not that much work. Entertainment is a weird thing.
Not $1,000.
Not nearly $1,000.
That's crazy though.
But that's what happened. It was just like I rented a PA. I came out. I did the thing.
Yeah.
And it was like one night. If I could just do this every night.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a weird thing. Starting up a Friars Club roast business.
Yeah.
Like getting the market for that.
Yeah, my buddy was like, you made $5 because I only did 5 minutes, and they were like you can make $1 a minute. And I'm like,
if you could just manage like 40 hours of that each week, that would be just fine.
Yeah, I was like, can I come up with 60 minutes of jokes though? But I do have. I think I have 15, but that's and y'all might be like, I don't know. I don't pass it. I would think y'all have passed it. But when I start to get clustered, my fucking jokes just get fucked. Like I get nervous. If I don't get that initial laugh, I'm done. It's a done deal. The whole set's fucked.
That's an issue when you first start off. I have that issue as well. It's just something you have to fight through.
Yeah, comedians are just like, just keep at a steady pace no matter what. And I'm like, but if I don't get that, like, because I'll get a laugh for the same joke the night before or something, I'm like, oh, they're not laughing. Fuck. Change it up.
Yeah, that's one of those things. There's so many variables. Like, yeah.
And the biggest problem, with comedy, especially in stand-up, is, with music, if you are doing poorly or something, people will be like, well, I didn't like the song.
Yeah.
Or I didn't like the way you were playing, that sort of stuff. But with stand-up, if you're doing poorly, it's like, you're terrible.
Yeah,
right.
You suck.
You suck.
Because it can't be like, I didn't tune the guitar right.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, well, if his voice was different, the jokes would have been funny.
Yeah,
It was just, this was you.
This was you. This was all you.
Yeah. It's a very personal thing, because you're just putting yourself out there.
And you have to do everything,
Yeah.
But it's good to go out. It's just good to get practice. Like, I want to start something different, and I'm worried about but I'm going to just start doing open. Like, I have jokes. I still work on jokes, but I want to start working on storyline jokes from like age fucking whatever, five really, and then just go on about weird stories like my first kiss experience and and stuff like
life
that.
Experiences are where those find the place where they connect.
Yeah, they were like, oh.
But then you got your personalized, viewpoint of it. It's a good place to build material from, definitely.
So I think I'm gonna try that. Fucking.
So I'm curious, what made you decide you wanted to try stand-up?
I've been into stand-up. I never thought I could do it. I didn't think it was available to do. But then something just came up on my wall, open mic or something. There was a comedy. Open mic, and it just popped up on my Facebook. And I'd been talking to Jonathan Craig about the podcast, getting him on and everything, and then he sent it. Came from his. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go."
Yeah.
And I went for 2 months. Every Monday, maybe not every Monday, but almost every Monday, I would just sit in this chair, and I was like, "Huh." And then one day, I got to work, and this fucking joke popped in my head from this situation I had, and I just started writing punchlines, and I've never told that joke. But I just started writing, and I was just like, "This is doable." I think, it was like I'm gonna try it, And I fucking talked shit for like 2 months about doing it, and then finally I was like, "I'm done." I at least got 10 minutes worth to do, and I only need 5. So I was like, "I'm gonna do it."
Very nice. I love seeing that. I love seeing that. That like the stage fright line people need to cross to get to do like performance and stuff. it's nice to watch that comfort happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to train people to be on the radio, and like people say that, like, oh, I could never do it. I could never do this. That's some of the people, because like entertainment is not necessarily, you don't necessarily get jobs in entertainment because you're talented.
Oh, really?
I hate to break the fourth wall, but like it happens through there's a lot of who you know, and so I trained a lot of the people who knew people, and some of them like, wow, but like some of them, after just getting over that little hump of the stage fright, like. I won't name names, and they're in Pennsylvania, and they'll never hear this.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna email it to them.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, like some of them are still not talented, but they're still working in radio.
Working, yeah.
They're still doing it.
Yeah.
And like anybody can do it. Anybody can. You just got to get over that little hump of that feeling.
Yeah.
And you never want it to all go away completely because it keeps you sharp.
Yeah.
But there comes a point where it's no longer a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good, man.
It's obviously different for each person, but
yeah,
totally.
It took me. I was nervous, maybe really nervous, not shaky nervous or whatever, but butterfly nervous for maybe a month or so.
Okay.
And now, when right before my name gets called and I walk up on stage, I have a brief moment of and then I go on stage and I'm ready to go.
I'm almost there. I get nervous like two people before me, and it used to be the whole time. And then after I sat down, I got more nervous. Like my legs, like before I ever did my comedy set, like I was okay nervous. But as soon as I sat down, my leg uncontrollably
starts doing that bouncing thing.
Yeah, I was like, holy fuck, stop! And my arm started doing it, and I was like, I gotta go. So.
I don't get the nerves as much as, but I find that until I go up, I can't concentrate on other people's sets very well.
Yeah.
Because I'm still thinking on, like, what I'm doing tonight. Do I have that all together? Yeah. Because preparation is key, for, like, cutting down those nerves. It's like, if you know going in, like, I hate the whole wing it business. Like, I would never, I'd try not to just go up there and be like, okay, well, I'll just figure something out.
Yeah.
Like, I like to have a destination.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like in my cell phone, I have this app, and then I put tonight's set, this set. Like I'm just like, this is the jokes I'm gonna do. So that's typically how I do it.
But yeah, I love how much the comedy scene has grown just in the short time that I've been trying to be involved in it. Like it's been 6 months or so for me, and there was a big, long period of not being in it. Right in the middle there was like a donut. But yeah, like it's branched out a lot. How long has the Rocket Wrangler thing been up and running?
Okay, it's been since May, but really it took off in July.
Okay.
It's been going daily since July.
Yeah, because that's when it popped onto my radar, was July.
July 21st was the first day of continuous posts.
Yeah.
Today is October 19th, so it's been nearly, 3 months now?
3 months, yeah.
Wow, of just like steady content.
Yeah. One a day at least.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's neat. Yeah, like it's really, I'm seeing it start to develop even more.
The views on the webpage are beginning to increase every single week.
Good.
It's a terrific thing. And Rocket Wrangler, for the people who aren't familiar, is a satire website. Are you comfortable with the comparisons to The Onion?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to describe
it's satire. Onion is such a standard of satire.
Onion is its own.
If you do satire, that comparison ends up being made.
Yeah.
But like the fact that people are making that straight up like, wow, this is on that level. Yeah, I've seen people like the Huntsville Stars mention that at one point. Like, this is like that.
Yeah, that was the article you wrote about how it was too hot that day.
Yeah. Like the Huntsville Stars decided to stay in town. They're not moving because it was just too hot.
Yeah.
We can't do this.
The day that was published was like 105.
Right. Yeah. So I figured with the heat, let's hit the topical.
And I actually had a coworker who was looking through the website. Was like, oh, so they're not moving after all.
So great. That's what I want. I want the casual glance and then telling other people like, yeah, I heard they're not moving. That's exactly what I want.
And then one of my supervisors had to point out to him, look who wrote this piece.
Yeah.
Look at the website.
It's a Rocket Wrangler.
Yeah.
So like, oh yeah, that's right. It's those casual glancers that we want to get. With still the biggest one that got the most impact was the stadium one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Dude, that one killed it.
40,000 views in a couple of days.
You got 40,000.
The part that I found the most hilarious was after the Stars had left entirely. You know, their season was finished or whatever. The Huntsville Stars and Buck Rogers, the general manager of the Huntsville Stars, both followed the Rocket Wrangler on Twitter.
Very nice.
Oh, nice.
After they had already finished, after they were no more.
Right.
Dang.
That's so great.
That's nice.
Kind of late for that, guys.
Yeah.
Kind of late.
Yeah, like you could have been there when we. Yeah. Like, where you been all this time? Now you're leaving?
Yeah.
Now you want to reach out? Yeah.
I wonder what was like the Jewish grandmother voice you were doing there.
I don't know. It keeps coming out. It's because of all the time that I spent at the North Huntsville Comedy Community Center. I've spent too much time with Patrick Cunningham. There's like a New York Jewish voice that comes out of me now. It's like, well, like I was working in business to business sales with like my boss was from Scotland, and for a while during that period, I was coming out with a Scottish. I was like, Joel, this is Murray Allen, and I started using that. I mirror a lot, and that's straight up Patrick, the Brooklyn Jewish thing. It keeps coming out.
Who is neither from Brooklyn nor Jewish.
Nor Jewish. It's like Great Nuts.
I was about to ask, is he Jewish?
No, yeah.
Is he Jewish?
I think Joel is a Jewish name, but no, I'm a Gentile. I'm a Gentile comedian. And it's exciting times. That's been coming out way frequently, Yeah, I gotta curb that, or at least get some others to mix in there.
Yeah, what are you trying to come up with a new brand now that's not the homeless comedian? Like you're
exactly like I haven't even thought of branding but where do we go from here? It's I know like that we're transitioning both from you can
always do the angry divorce dude.
Yeah. See, that's exactly. See, and I don't want to go there because I'm not. Not so much the angry divorce dude. Because like I wish her well, like even though things were horrible and she, things went in a bad direction, she put some bad things in place for me. That's what unconditional love is. It's like I want her to be happy, just to stop destroying me. That's all. That's what I want.
Be happy destroying somebody else.
Well, see, and she's in the process. Her friend tells me, updates me. I don't even want these updates, but I know what's going on over, and it's like, I wish you the best. Just let's not have a flare up of you trying to destroy my life. Cause it's not, we're working up from square one as it is. I don't know where. Comedically we're going like I'm writing new stuff and I'm getting, but it keeps becoming like a half and half, it's getting referenced because I just did 2 months worth of homeless comedy, so it's still like part of the premise there in some things, but I'm doing other things that don't relate to that.
I'm trying to transition out of the awkward can't get vagina jokes. I mean, it's all true, basically, but... And
it is a space where you can do a lot of work, but you don't want it to be your whole thing.
Yeah, I don't want it to be my whole thing, so I'm, trying to, what do I do? Because I did it, got last, I'm like, okay, I can always keep that,
Yeah.
So...
keep the polished ones and then keep expanding from there.
Yeah. I don't want to... I definitely want to get laid after I open mic one day.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, but I know groupie sex is not what it's chalked up to be, sir. It's not what it's chalked up to be. Just so you know, it's a weird thing. It's a very strange thing. It didn't happen a lot to me. I was in radio, and the radio groupies are a thing that exists. Yes, but no, I don't know. It's just sad.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that sex can be sad.
Yeah.
It's good while it's happening, but then the overall thing just happened, and you're like, oh, this was the parking lot of the seafood restaurant, and she stole my phone as a souvenir. This is no good. I feel filthy.
Yeah.
Groupie. No, it's not. It's not what it. I'm not saying don't go there. Feel free.
Yeah. I bet Rick and Bubba get laid. Damn it.
I don't know. It's there are psychological repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were Okay, so the movie was going to be based on you guys.
Oh, okay.
Who would you want to play you, or who do you think would play you? Probably who you would want to play you.
Right. I would desire Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi, I love him.
Okay.
I mean, his teeth are as messed up as mine. So, yeah, no, I think that would be awesome. I don't know that it's the best fit.
Yeah.
But he says yes to so many things. If you look at his filmography, he's done so many projects. Maybe we can, cajole him. Yeah, that would be my choice because I love him. And things have gone awry, and he does that well.
Yeah,
He does the guy whose life is absolute. Did you see Trees Lounge? That was it was his movie that he directed and starred in, and it went through. It was like guy that's a loser goes through this whole thing. Like there's some. There's no catharsis, basically. Like he goes through a journey and then ends up exactly where he was and still a loser. And then the movie ends, and you're like, "Oh, what just happened to my life?" And, wow, it was, yeah, I don't know, it was
Have
depressing.
You been following me around?
yeah. It was like, well, wait, there was no in the end, everything's better again. He did a realistic movie of how things can go. Yeah, I don't know. That's my choice.
What about you, Colin?
Yeah,
That's a good question. I really don't really have.
No, you don't know.
I really don't really know. No.
yeah.
I think
I'm not really a movie
you're
watcher.
not a movie buff.
No, I'm not a big
Okay.
movie buff. No.
I am. Fuck, that's all I do all day. I was chilling with somebody last night, and she just asked me because we watched 2 movies, and she was like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, "I don't know, watch another movie." I mean,
nice. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of movies. The media's become so segmented with internet. There's so much content available from so many sources at all times. That getting the time to sit down for movies, it's like reading books now. It's like, when was the last time you read cover to cover a book? Because there's so much to read, so much source material. That you can just bits and pieces here and there.
And now, if you don't want to read the books, just fucking watch them.
True. Yeah.
And that's all they're doing now.
Yeah. There are cameras everywhere. It's 1984. Oh, it's fun.
I just never have time to read. I have time, but I could make. I just hate read. I just cannot sit down and read a book. I've read one book.
I'm liking how your Alabama accent really came out when you said, "I don't like to read."
I don't like to read.
It's such a stereotype, but I've met more people who literally cannot read, adult human beings that cannot read in the last year that I've been in Alabama than in the 34 years prior. It's something. It's a thing.
Yeah,
they're up to 34 in education, Alabama. But
okay.
There's still.
I quoted 40 last week.
Reminds me of Lewis Black's old bit about how Bill Clinton's greatest accomplishment when he was governor of Arkansas was to take Arkansas from 50th in education to 49th in the national ranking.
Wow, yeah.
And Lewis Black was like, how? What do you do? Because Alabama was 46, and they didn't have microscopes for science classes. They just showed them a picture of a microscope.
Nice.
He's like, what the fuck do you do? Do you have the kids writing sticks and sand or something?
Upgraded them from pencils to pens, and you're like, okay, now you're 49th. That's so okay. Huh.
So if you're number 1 or number 5, you're getting the most funded. I'm sure that's how you're getting the money for books, right? I bet they're getting more books than Alabama is what I'm trying to get at.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure where we're judging these quality from. Right? Could be just standardized testing, which doesn't tell us enough.
True.
That's how it is. Yeah.
That is. Yeah. That's true.
Why does Alabama not have a lottery? They don't have the lottery.
Yeah. We would make so much
They sell
money.
single bit as if it's a Vice thing, like this is morally wrong or whatever. They sell single beers at the gas stations where it's okay, you're not buying a single beer to drive it home and put it in your fridge and then drink it later.
No,
there's a lot of things they're loose on, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But they won't have a lottery to support education.
If you go just north of the state line here in Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's what's called the Magic Mile, and it is the busiest lottery selling area in all of Tennessee.
It's just over the border.
Just above.
Yeah.
Dude, we give them so much money.
Where all the Baptists go and spend their money.
Right. Oh.
It's Sunday. Where are we going today, Dad? We're going to Tennessee to get me some lottery tickets.
Gotta get our numbers. Gotta get the numbers. Yeah, it's something. I don't know. Alabama's a cute state. It's nice for being here.
Well, I get it. Sometimes when people move here, I automatically ask, why would you move here? Like, why?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, and they give some story. I'm like, that does not make any sense why you would come here.
Right. Yeah. I to be honest, I wouldn't have chosen it. But Huntsville, as far as places in Alabama, Huntsville's nice. It's different. It's unique, and I love the city of Huntsville. The whole South thing. I'm still working on that. I mean, like, I'm not against the South. There are things that are nice here. Like the checkout lines. You can chat in checkout lines, and people don't want to like kill you. In the Northeast, people, like frequently somebody behind you. If you start getting chatty, somebody behind you is giving you that death stare.
Yeah.
Like my life is so much more important than yours, and you're making me wait.
Yeah, forget about what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Like this doesn't impact any of our lives. Move out of the way. But down here, people will get involved. Like the person behind you will just join in, and then like all of you are just talking there and. It's something that happens a lot in the South. People are friendlier down here in certain circumstances. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, when I drive, I'm from Scottsboro, which is like 40 minutes. No one's fast paced there. Everybody's like, go ahead in their car, pass, you pass. I get here, I'm doing that, and people are like, go, fuck, I don't have time for you to be nice to me. You're supposed to go.
Yeah, there's certain circumstances where the waving on causes, with the drive. But it's a nice thing at least that everybody's like, connected instead of just beeping and not even trying to interact. But the nicest thing in the South is a nice thing. On the flip side of the coin, the institutionalized racism. Then there's also that.
And sometimes the nicest isn't really nicest, but just passive aggression.
Exactly. It's kind of God bless your heart kind of niceness.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of an institutionalized like inferiority type thing.
Like let's hide our feelings by treating you very nice. There is also that. Oh my! I can't get over the Confederate soldier. There's a statue of a Confederate soldier in front of the courthouse, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be there. But it's like,
I did an internship at a law firm a couple of years ago, where my main job was basically to file mortgages, and this happened during the mortgage crisis. So sorry, everybody.
Good job.
I helped destroy the economy. You're welcome. I was taking checks for $300,000 just down at the courthouse.
You were just following orders.
But the first day I worked, it was a Monday. And the courthouse was closed for Confederate Memorial Day.
Confederate Memorial Day?
It is a state holiday.
I didn't even know that, and I lived here.
Oh man, that heightens my whole perception.
Not the same as Memorial Day.
It's not.
No, but it's Confederate Memorial Day. Okay.
That statue you see in front of the courthouse there?
Yeah.
That's the Confederate Memorial.
Did they put like Mardi Gras beads on it? Is there something you do?
It's like hold this flag.
That's something. Yeah, it is.
I did not know that.
It is different down here.
He's like, I got to go.
Well, that's okay. I've been thinking that. I wake up every morning and I woke up in Alabama again.
Yeah, you posted that the other day. I was like,
it's because it's a thing. It is a thing that I think every day for 370 some consecutive days. I've been thinking that because I didn't choose to come down here. I came along with the spouse, and then the spouse decided, no, we're not going to do that. And so I was like, well, but you took me to Alabama. Why we could have saved that step. So marooned in the South. It's exciting. I don't know. We'll see what goes on. There's a Confederate Memorial Day. Okay, I'm learning things.
I learned that. I've lived here for a very long time, and I did not know that.
That's what I do.
Wow. Yeah, that's exciting.
It's like dropping info that we don't know.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know.
You got any other nice fun facts? What's going on in that brand of yours?
We'll keep talking. I'll probably have some.
I get the whole Southern heritage thing about it was a thing we were all in on the Confederacy. I got that, But isn't there also there's like a patriotism thing down here? Well, not down here, but everywhere. We're a very zealous nation when it comes to patriotism, and we're very if you're against America, you're separate from it. But it wasn't the whole Confederacy literally against America. That was the whole idea, wasn't it?
The thing that I always just find so amusing is people, the South rise again, and they're big,
Yeah.
the South lost. They were losers. Why are you supporting losers?
Right, they lost the war, and so
because this football tradition. If you're not first, you're nothing. All this sort of stuff.
Right. They were second. They came in second in the Civil War. They did. And then there's the whole, the people are like, well, it was about more than just slavery, the Civil War. But, but...
It was about states' rights.
It was about states' rights to own people. You were pretty firm on that point. Pretty firm on, let's keep the owning people thing, because it's good for business. I get that. But I think we've moved past that as a culture.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, we have wage slavery, and if you want to get into socialist stuff, but I just outright owning people. Alabama's minimum wage is officially at zero. The minimum
There's
wage.
no state minimum wage.
There's no state minimum wage. So
there's a federal one, obviously.
Yeah, and they have to recognize that. But if they didn't, it's as if they're waiting to see if maybe we could just go ahead and start paying people zero again.
Yeah.
If the federal government drops the ball and looks away.
Yeah.
Maybe we could just pay people nothing. Be like, hey, why don't you live here and you'll work for us and we'll keep you marginally alive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, that's comedy. Maybe is that comedy?
That's
reinstituting.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's racism everywhere. There was racism in Baltimore where I grew up, but I can't tell if there's more or less.
Yeah.
Between the South and the North. It's just we approach it at different
Baltimore's
angles.
kind of its own. It's kind of quasi-southern as well. So.
Yeah, it's technically South. Yeah. I think it's where Southerners fled, when Civil War thing was happening, because Baltimore's got a real mixed population. We're about 58% black, 42% white at one statistic I saw. That could be old, but it's I think the people fled, but then saw the North and was like, no, not quite up there. And Baltimore's where they stopped. It's like the people that weren't go-getters that fled the South, they ended up in Baltimore, and that's why we have that kitschy mix of people that are almost halfway ambitious. I think that's my sense of the character of Baltimore City.
All I know about Baltimore is I watched The Wire. So.
and that's very accurate of certain segments of Baltimore. Yes, The Wire is super accurate. It's creepy. I mean, there are obviously better areas there, but yeah, man, Baltimore's just rough. Going to trade school, some of my friends were from those rough areas of town, and I hung out in some of them, and it got, it was kind of dicey.
It got weird. I got raped.
That was in college. But yeah, though I was the only white guy. I made everybody nervous, and because they were like, "Why is he here?"
Informant.
Who's this guy? Yeah, every time somebody, Oh my! It was something. It was something. I had a title there that white people aren't to say. We can say this. We're all friends here. This is a podcast where you don't censor generally. Okay, when I was hanging out with this group of people, because they were street drug dealers and whatnot. It was Baltimore City. The 10th of the population is on drugs. But he was also a good dude and did some great work in broadcasting. He was trying to rise up. It was like that hip hop dream of if I go into radio, then I'm not on this. Doing this anymore, but whenever somebody came in and saw me, he would just they would get scared, and he'd turn to them and be like, "No, that's my nigga Joel," and that became my title. That was I was referred to as my nigga Joel all the time, and that was something. I was so urban. I was very urban then. It was nice. There were too many guns. I don't like having a conversation when you've got a friend that is in that street thug lifestyle and whatnot, and you're with other friends that are in our broadcasting lifestyle, and we're all talking in somebody's kitchen, and pistol falls out of your friend's sweatpants. Yeah. We're all having a conversation, and then they're like, "Oh, there's a handgun." That's an awkward moment right there, because the people from different segments of society are like, "Oh," and he just awkwardly picks it up and tucks it back away. Yeah. And these are people that don't go into those neighborhoods. From The Wire. Yeah.
See, if that happens in Scottsboro, they're like, "Oh, that's a gun." whatever.
Exactly. Up in the
it's so
north,
common.
like a handgun's like, oh, there's a handgun that exists.
Run.
I was in the thrift store the other day, and a guy was like packing. Like he was walking, he had one holstered. And I'm like, I am in the South because this doesn't happen where I grew up. Where I grew up, you see that everybody gets nervous.
Yeah.
Like all the guns are tucked away in people's pants. That's how, like you don't just wear them out. And I kind of prefer it, like I know people have guns around me. I'd rather not see them. I'm fine with everybody concealing their weapons because I don't want to have to look at that and think about the fact that, like there could be a misunderstanding or, like I don't want to know that you're packing heat, that's just my feeling. We've touched on gun control. Let's do this.
Fucking gun control.
Get all over that. Yeah, you can't control them.
Nah, man.
America's culture of guns, I think, needs adjusting. It's not about whether or not you could have them. It's people's attitudes and opinions towards, whether or not it's like socially acceptable to hoard them. You're not going to beat the government. I'm sorry. I'm not saying it's wrong to have a whole bunch of guns in a closet somewhere, but if your reasoning behind that is like, well, just in case the government comes to get us,
then
they have so much money and so many weapons. Are you aware of how many weapons they have?
They're really incompetent a lot of the times, though, too.
They are. That's true. Yeah, I can get
like the insurgency in Iraq is still going on.
Right.
It's the biggest army in the world.
Exactly.
$1 trillion budget. So.
And we've got an NSA following now. It is, but it would
they're
have
still
to be
pretty incompetent too. They know everything and they can't prevent anything.
Well, they've got so much data that they can't deal with it right now. But you could go for like an insurgency thing. But when people are gathering, it's like, okay, are you prepared for like a long-term guerrilla warfare? Because
that would be the only way.
People talk with like we're just gonna overtake them, and like that's not gonna happen. Look at the budget for defense. Like we've got a lot of weapons that we could use on ourselves. I don't know. I'm a hippie. I'm a hippie kind of guy. I like the whole give peace a chance thing. It's not.
It works so well for you.
It does. Oh yeah, look where I'm at. It's worked out. It's worked out decent. I don't know. But pacifism's nice though. I got hit in the head by some kid, and I did not hit him back. I used my words. This was when I've been doing a lot of walking because like we said, my car is right over there and I can't access it. So I've been walking a lot. And at one point when I was walking, this crack addicted gentleman from Huntsville that I've run into him before. He's asked me for change before, so it's like I recognize this guy. And he asked me for change one night, and I was like, look, my wife just stole my car. I am like flat out like broke. This is not I can't help you, And he kept going on, and then I made the mistake of saying like, well, I know something about desperation, like believe me. And I was just trying to empathize with the guy. He got upset. He was like, nobody said nothing about desperation. Got upset. And it was like, well, okay, you were asking for change, and you were asking where I was staying, which is like, why do you need to know? You're not coming with me. So I was like, you kind of did, but no, I didn't say all that. Because at the moment I said desperation, he was like, I should beat your ass. And then he proceeded to hit me in the side of the head. And my response, instead of like making it a fight or escalating it, I threw a Little John lyric at him. I was like, I wasn't trying to start shit with you, and then I yelled, "Don't start no shit, won't be no shit." And it propelled him 10 feet backward because I was using like my theater voice, and but the back of the room was like 6 inches from my face, and he literally jumped backward and still kept up the whole like he kept like dipping his body toward me and backing up, and then toward me, like I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna back up 10 feet, and I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna back up 10 feet, and I just stood there with my arms out like what do you decide what you're doing, so I know what I'm gonna do, because I want to walk away from here, but I want to make sure you're not following me. It was ridiculous, but I used my words because I do subscribe to passive. It takes a whole lot before I'm like upset enough to strike a human being,
I'm the same way. I rarely get angry. physically angry maybe once or twice in my life.
Yeah.
Right, you got to press on me for hours,
Yeah.
you know, like, I'll take it. I'm like, yes, absolutely, that's true about my mother.
Which is really useful when you're doing stand-up at a bad crowd.
Yeah.
Yes.
At a rowdy bar. You're
Yeah.
like, well, whatever.
Yeah, I've never been flat out heckled. Not and I come out like most of the times that it's time for open mic, and still nothing direct.
Never
but
been heckled, yeah.
There are, you know, like people that are just not there for the show. You know, they're talking very loudly. I mostly take the television approach of I just get louder. You know, like I just turn myself up to go over them, and then bring it back down if they quiet.
I've never been heckled either. I think it's the suits and the science jokes tend to tell people maybe I don't want to mess this. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like it can put up a wall there. But and for the most part, people are supportive. You know, like even the ones that are drunk and loud and don't care at all.
Dinosaur
like,
pussy.
Some of them still do like that.
You
there's
don't know
comedy.
the dinosaur pussy?
They just only want to listen to dinosaur pussy.
Dinosaur pussy.
Okay.
Dinosaur
Yeah.
pussy.
There's a guy at the Copper Top who will get very drunk
Yeah.
and he'll shout dinosaur pussy.
That's
Like
his thing?
that's his go-to heckle.
That's like his thing.
He likes to yell that.
Well, whatever. Like sometimes people will ask for like crowd reaction, like give me a suggestion or something. He'll shout dinosaur pussy.
Nice. This is his topic, his go-to topic. I like it. Well, I guess people don't think about dinosaur pussy enough. You know, somebody has to remind. There has to be an advocate for every cause.
All right, so this time we're going to play Murder, Marry, Fuck, and then I'm going to ask Mr. Coley, and then Coley is going to ask Joel, and then Joel will ask me. And then if this is your first time listening to this podcast, we're going to play Murder, Marry, Fuck, where we come up with 3 celebrities or actors. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to ask 3 celebrities, and then we're going to which one would we murder, which one would we marry, and which one would we have sex with. And then the tables will turn and go, and then we'll do a few plugs, and then that'll be it, guys. So you fucking ready for this? Here we go. All right, Mr. Coley, would you murder, marry, fuck Jamie Lee Curtis, Halloween style, like the Halloween movie? I wouldn't do it now. I wouldn't give you any choices now to do. Or Carrie Fisher, and we'll do Princess.
Once again, not right now.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
yeah.
You must have a thing for 60-something
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
No.
And Kayla, how'd you pronounce it? Cuckoo? Cuoco?
Yeah.
Okay. And,
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
lady.
Big Bang Theory. She is fucking gorgeous. If you need to Google any of them people, the time is now. Just pause the fucking episode. So what would you do, Mr. Coley?
Sure, let's see. Murder. Probably Kaylee Cuoco from Big Bang Theory.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Annoying?
She's a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little too perky sometimes.
Yeah,
The content of the material.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perkiness is too perky's too annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would fuck probably Leia.
Yeah.
Not present.
Yeah. Not
Not
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd marry Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. All right.
So Joel.
Yeah. So,
Joel. Murder, marry, fuck.
okay.
You have Serena Williams,
Right.
Demi Moore,
Right.
Katy Perry.
Oh.
One of those is not like the other, by the way.
Right. Man. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, like Katy Perry, she's perfectly attractive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with murder.
Yes!
Because some of those songs
Or
Yeah.
abomination.
are enough.
Yeah.
Are enough.
Yeah.
Like, the opposites one. That
Aren't you
one.
glad you're not working in radio anymore?
That one. Oh, I'm so glad. Because, pop radio, working in pop, telling people that I liked pop. That was, you wonder why I never did a radio show sober, ever. Okay, murder, Katy Perry, definitely. Because the hot and cold song, okay, I'm not going to go off on it, but but yeah, I think, oh man, then I think I'm marrying Demi Moore.
Yeah.
And I will fuck Serena Williams, although I might, she's too athletic. I don't know if I can keep up.
She would fuck you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know I'm not on top in that situation. That's all I'm. We might need a ball boy. I don't know. Like it's gonna get messy. It's gonna get really rough. I'm a little worried about that. But yeah, no, I think that's where we go. That's where we go. Yeah. Okay, yes. So, Mr. Rambo. Can I call you Mr. Rambo? Why
That's-
should I do that? Curtis.
Rambo, Curtis, Mr. Rambo. It don't matter.
Okay. Kerbo.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work at all. That's okay. Murder, Mary, fuck.
Uh-huh.
I'm going with funny women.
Okay.
Zoe Deschanel, the quirky one from the TV. Kathy Griffin, the quirky one from the TV. Or Mila Kunis, the quirky one from the TV.
They all have something in common. Fuck, that's going to be a hard one. Now, I'd probably kill Kathy Griffin's. Just
Well, a lot of people share that sentiment.
yeah. I'd probably kill her. I'd probably kill her. And Mila, I would just. She looks like a one-nighter. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I definitely would fuck her. She looks like a one-nighter, or once occasionally. Even though for me, I would be like, it'd have to be every day. But I would not marry her. Probably not.
All right.
Zoe just seems like a more, and it's just from what I can tell and what I see, because I don't stalk her on YouTube or anything, but from what I would probably marry her.
And what's the point of YouTube if you can't stalk me?
Yeah,
Exactly. I thought that was the idea.
Yeah.
I'm sort of curious, like,
that's what
how
Twitter is
exactly
for.
would you murder? Like, what method? What method?
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, I've
I'll
never
ask you
been-
guys, and then I'll get.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would. Just depends how annoying. Let me think of like how annoying. I don't like her. I would probably set her on fire and then run her over with an 18-wheeler.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So that's a lot of tires. And then I would not put her out with. And then on the last tire, hopefully, I could just like stop on her and then like fucking gas it and spin out on her fucking rib cage. So, damn.
It got very dark here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gotten dark. It's gotten a little dark.
Let's lighten it up then. Maybe. So, how would you?
Oh man, I'd see. I don't know. I'd go humane with it. Really, I think. We'd had like one last and humane all around, not just for Katy Perry, but for her fan base and all of that. Like gather them together in a stadium, give them some candles. Have her on the stage with the tubes hooked up, like she's sedated, and we're about to just go ahead and push the plunger and do it. We'd play a few songs, be like, okay, this is what it was. We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And retire the music, retire the artist, and tell everybody, go home and please move on with your lives. I think that's how we would do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was humane.
Yeah, try to be.
It seems like I've done mine before or something.
Oh.
You call
And
it.
yourself. Yeah.
Kaylee Cuoco will be bludgeoned to death with a gigantic ass telescope.
Oh, okay. All right. Like, this is science. This is what science is.
This is physics, bitch.
Yeah. Okay.
And chemistry and biology, all in one.
Oh.
All right, so that was the episode. I always do plugs for. We've been plugging you since 3 fucking episodes ago.
Yay!
3 episodes, 2 or 3. I don't want to say 3. We'll say 2 for sure. I know 2, but we can do it again because we might have new listeners. But I'll let you do that since you're here. You can actually do it. Like, you're the fucking Rocket Wrangler, man.
Yeah.
Yep. I am Daniel Coley. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief of the Rocket Wrangler. That's rocket-wrangler.com. It is Alabama's premier source for all things in written humor and satire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Anything else you need to plug? No?
That's it for now.
Okay, what about you, Joel?
I'm Joel Elliott. I do comedy.
Yeah.
I don't. I'll do comedy for crowds of between 2,000 and 2,000 people. I don't really care.
He's only accepting $1,000.
My minimum limit's 5 people.
Yeah.
I will
And
do.
I've done it.
I will do it for
once
2.
performed
Yeah.
for 5 people.
I will perform for 2. I've got lower standards.
And I made $1 for every single person in that audience.
Very nice.
Did you?
That's not a bad ratio.
Yeah.
That's $1 a head. Sure. We got to scale that up, obviously.
Yeah.
But follow me on Twitter. Joel Elliott. Elliott is 2 L's and 2 T's. My Twitter handle now is just HSV Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always email me something stupid. I love being emailed randomly. Stuckinhuntsville@gmail.com. Stuckinhuntsville@gmail.com. Send me whatever. Send me whatever.
I should have mentioned If you would like to write for the Rocket Wrangler, first off, the email is editor at rocket-wrangler.com. You can follow us on Twitter. It's just at rocket-_wrangler, and we're on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Follow, retweet.
And I hope you're already following me. If not, just it's I Know the Manager, one word, all the way around. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, everything. Just anything that I can stick my fingers on by typing. Y'all thought I was going to go somewhere else with that.
Yeah.
You had a dramatic pause there.
Okay, where's the hand sanitizer?
So, well, I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate y'all being on, and we'll definitely do this again. Slate it. Y'all got any buys y'all want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, everyone. It's been nice being in your ears.
I've had a lovely evening. But this wasn't it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know the manager, his name is Curtis Blow. He don't get high, but baby, if you want, he'll go down low. Doing a podcast on a random Thursday night. Curtis Blow, he's gonna make you feel alright. I know the manager, he knows what's going down. He'll make you laugh, but he damn sure is not a clown. I know the manager, and this man, he's got clout. He's gonna make you scream, you know he'll make you shout. He's gonna make you scream, he'll know he'll make you shout. I know the manager.